Hey, everybody, I'm the Renting Monkey, and with me, as always, is Scribe. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
And joining me for our special guest this evening is somebody I've never heard of before. I was told she's awesome. Lady Monkey, say hello.
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 Real quick, before we get going, I have a super chat waiting for me from Point Curation. Thank you so much. I gave Christy Winters $6 today. She answered my question on her stream today and was generally helpful, though I disagree with her positions. Yeah, people can be helpful even if you don't agree with them. How is everyone tonight?
I am doing pretty good. I spent the whole day, well, playing video games or writing advertisements, so I guess good.
And Lady Monkey, how are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I didn't do much of anything today.
Yay, lazy Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. I played video games so I could finally fall asleep, and then I fell asleep hard, and Lady Monkey woke me up to have dinner because she's a sweetheart.
Oh, what'd you have for dinner?
Burger King.
Oh, breakfast of champions.
Indeed.
Yeah, I really didn't feel like cooking dinner, so I thought, well, we'll just let somebody else cook for dinner.
There you go.
Thank you, Timothy Seelbeck. Yay, yay, Lady Monkey.
Or yeah, Lady Monkey.
Yeah, Lady Monkey.
Yeah, Lady Monkey.
That's why I paused, because I knew I'd said it wrong, but then I'm like, fuck it, commit.
Okay, I'm going to try to open my chat again. If I hang up, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Before you do that, remember last time you had to open chat first and then open this?
Yeah, I think I got it. I don't know.
All right, y'all. Lady Monkey's about to hang up on us again, so we'll rejoin her in a moment. Thank you.
No, I have it open.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Sir Wolfgang. Shadowlay, my dudes. Hope everyone is doing good. And back at you. I hope you had a great Saturday. It's number 13. Is it just me, or does SDA sound more attractive tonight? Oh, be nice.
Oh,
be nice.
Oh, burn.
I mean, technically, I have to disagree with you because Lady Monkey is very beautiful and the love of my life. So, but still, be nice. By the way, guys, SDA will be rejoining us on Monday. She took a few nights off, and she'll be back to our regular scheduled programming Monday. And before we go any further, vets in the chat, thank you so much. This is Veterans Day, guys.
Yep.
Yes, thank you all.
My father is a veteran. He was stationed in Turkey during Vietnam, guarding spy planes. That's as much as I'm able to know, because everything else, I guess, is classified or something.
My dad was on a mine-sweeping boat during Vietnam. Doesn't that seem like a bad idea?
Mine-sweeping boat. Well, somebody's got to do
it. When they first told me that, I was like, what the? How the hell? Isn't that they're supposed to blow up when you touch the mines?
Well, no, they detect them first, and then they mark them, and so you can navigate around them. That's why these little guys go slow. You hope so, yeah, of course.
You hope so.
It's better that it is, in the grand scheme of military pragmatism, 'tis better for a tiny little ship to blow up than for a giant aircraft carrier to get a hole in it. So,
That's true.
Weibo says she hurts all over because she has the body of a 97-year-old. What'd you do to the poor guy?
Yeah, you give him in the trunk or something?
Damn, woman, take it easy. He's probably in more pain than you are now.
Yeah. By the way, Weibo will midget for food.
Yes, I saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah, I just want everybody to know that she held up a sign. I don't know why, but she says she will midget for food. I'm not quite sure what that means, but
the funny part is she will. Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies, hit the like button, share our content far and wide.
Yeah, even when you're at the grocery store and you're checking out, say, hey, have you heard of the Scribe and Money Show?
There you go. Name drop us to your local grocer.
Yes.
Here's what you want to do. If you live in a big town, say Los Angeles, go to your favorite supermarket with a pack of Post-it notes and a marker. And just leave our channel links all over that store.
You
Yeah.
know that YouTube channel links are like long lines of gobbledygook most of the time.
Not if you have your customized.
That's true. I do have my custom. I rarely see it though. I mean, I have to like manually type it. It doesn't show up if you go to like the link of my channel. But
Sarah Plyer, thank you. Hey guys, I missed you. We'll try to make it through with a migraine. Thanks.
ooh.
Thank you, fellow veterans. Hugs and kisses. If you got a migraine, go lay down.
Yeah, well, close your
hope you
eyes.
feel-
Don't watch the chat. Just close your eyes and turn off the lights at least.
We hope you feel better, Sarah.
Yeah, a little caffeine. Put some ice on the back of your neck to try to cool the blood down. That's what I have to do when I get my migraines.
Do we have anything else we need to go over before we hit the lovely world of news?
Yes,
Have
but
you?
say
Oh,
hi,
sorry.
chat.
Yeah,
Say
what?
again?
We have to say hi, chat, since Grand Monkey's not here to say hi to chat.
Hi,
Okay.
chat.
That was cool.
I just had one question, Monkey. Have you picked a movie yet?
No, I haven't. And I'm so sorry to do this. I think we're going to need to scrub tomorrow
Okay.
because when
That's
we
fine.
get done here, I am going to sleep for as long as my body will let me.
All right. I had a suggestion actually from Sarah Plyer earlier before the stream that though it'll be belated, that in honor of Veterans Day, the next movie we do be a war movie of some kind.
Ooh, I don't know if I have. The only one I think.
Oh, and that was
have-
Meshizu. Sorry, that was Meshizu who said that. I'm sorry. Sarah Plyer was asking if we'd had a movie picked out yet. Meshizu suggested like Tora 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 or some classic war movie. Now, I don't know if I have anything like. I might have a copy of Saving Private Ryan around here somewhere, but I'm not sure. I know I have Apocalypse Now. I've got Apocalypse Now around here.
Oh, I haven't seen that in forever, and I don't own that one. Yeah, we'll look at this. I am so sorry I let this weekend get away from me, and it's all just sleep related. So
Yeah, I don't mind having a full day off of having obligations to stuff. You know,
there you go.
so one day out of the week, it's fine. And yeah,
Okay.
guys, no nipples tonight. Just so you know.
Kagamendoa, thank you. Hello, monkeys and Scribe. Hello, back.
Hi,
Hello,
Kaga.
Well, let's see. Shall we get into the schnuzz?
Yeah, let's do the news.
Okay, so as a preamble to the first story I'm going to read, apparently, and now my phone is ringing. What the fuck? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
That's some jazzy ringtone there.
I thought it sounded like an old-fashioned steam engine.
No, it sounded kind of hookah chaka, hookah chaka, hookah chaka. Ah.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't hookah chaka. That was something else.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, who or whatever it was a automated voice in Spanish. So I don't know what that was.
Hola.
They found out I'm hiding in Mexico apparently. So
They caught you.
they cut me. All right. So our president tweeted something earlier today,
That was glorious.
and I am not alone in first thinking, is this a parody account? But no, this is a thing that happened. I'm quoting now from the President of the United States. Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh, well, I try so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that will happen.
I thought that was awesome. I really did. I loved that tweet.
Can we just take his Twitter away from him?
No.
See, here's the problem I have. It's entertaining. It's not presidential. I do not want my president tweeting like a teenage girl in high school. It just that bothers me. I didn't vote for the guy. I know he's not a public servant with any experience prior to this, which is just, bonkers, all things considered. But all the same, I hate that our president is a game show host.
And is that
I
really how
love that tweet.
he should
I
make
thought it was
friends?
excellent.
No, that's not how you make friends.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to make friends with everybody.
Well, I mean, if they have bombs, we should maybe be a little friendly to them.
Diplomatic is the word. Friendly's got nothing to do with it. Diplomatic, tactical, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway,
well, I feel like he was being sincere there. He didn't call him short or fat, and that's presidential.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that being said, speaking of Trump, do you guys like Russia?
Grand Monkey does.
Love Russia.
Grand Monkey loves Russia?
Yeah, isn't that what you guys asked her the other night if she liked Russia? And she said, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe she did. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, John McCain slams Trump over siding with Putin on Russia meddling. Senator John McCain slammed President Donald Trump on Saturday for saying he believes Russian President Vladimir Putin over senior U.S. intelligence officials when Putin says his country didn't interfere in the 2016 election. Quote, President Trump today stated that he believed Vladimir Putin is being sincere when he denies Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election and reiterated that he hopes to cooperate with Russia in Syria, McCain, a strong critic of the president, said in a statement. Quote, there's nothing America first about taking the word of a KGB colonel over that of the American intelligence community. There's no principled realism in cooperating with Russia to prop up the murderous Assad regime, which remains the greatest obstacle to a political solution that would bring an end to the bloodshed in Syria. Vladimir Putin does not have America's interests at heart. To believe otherwise is not only naive, but also places our national security at risk. That was McCain talking there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what Trump says. I care what the evidence proves. And so far, no one's shown that anything was done that actually, quote unquote, meddled in the election.
Thank you, Circus Zero. Just because you finally got Lady Monkey on the show.
Finally.
Thank you.
She's been on here a couple times.
I think John McCain needs to just shut the fuck up. Yeah, if we have some serious thing that actually points to it, if they do, they haven't been showing it to us. All they've been doing is talking in vagues. We know. Okay, you think.
Or we believe they had the desire, or we know that they had the intention, or something like that, without saying they did this and this is how it affected. This is how it meddled in our politics.
Yeah, that's been the issue the whole time. Is that, yeah, maybe Russia wanted to influence our election, but there's nothing that they even if you look at the wiki thing, there's nothing to show that had any bearing on the election. None. Yeah,
and the problem is you can't. Oh, you got a super chat. Sorry.
Thank you, Sir Wolfgang. Good old Jimmy Arm jackass John McCain, indeed. And Point Curation, thank you. Since I got K Winner's thoughts on Jordan B. Peterson's best points, what do you think his worst points are? I think I don't know that he necessarily has worst points. I think he just meanders too long. He needs to, while I enjoy watching somebody think as they're speaking, sometimes it gives the impression that he's more scatterbrained than I believe he is. Maybe have some thoughts before you go into a debate about things. I mean, he's good on his feet, don't get me wrong, but he talks in circles around himself sometimes. So anyway.
Sure.
I forget what I was going to say. I had a point, and now it's gone.
Yeah, we were talking about the meddling, and Russia hadn't.
Oh, right. Well, the thing is that even if they find some grand, I mean, so far they found Facebook advertisements, which aren't illegal so far as I know. Hold on, real quick. And all these intentions and stuff. The problem is that you cannot prove what people's minds were made up by. You can't tell that you can't read the minds of the American people and say, I was voting because Russia told me to. You can't. It doesn't. It's a Quixotian quest to try to prove this.
Well, one of the ads, because we read the story on the Facebook ads, one of them had 71 hits.
Yeah.
71. That didn't sway a goddamn thing. Thank you, Sanguine. I'm sick of the we know bull. Put up or shut up, and your evidence better be Better than, well, they didn't like Hillary. She had a massive war stiffy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one of the apparently one of the first, aside from the people who have already been indicted or charged out of the Mueller investigation, one of the first quote unquote casualties is apparently the Podesta Group. The Podesta Group is on the verge of shuttering amid ties to Mueller probe. One of Washington's most prominent lobbying firms is on the verge of shuttering after becoming ensnared by special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. Kimberly Fritz, the chief executive of the Podesta Group, told employees during a Thursday staff meeting that the firm would cease to exist at the end of the year, according to two sources. Employees were asked to clear out their desks and were told they may not be paid beyond November 15th. Fitz told the employees the Podesta Group may try to provide health care through the end of the year, according to two people in the meeting. The developments come after the Podesta Group was tied last week to Mueller's indictments of Paul Manafort and Rick Gates, who pleaded not guilty after being charged with failing to file as foreign agents relating to a decade of work they did for the Party of Regions, a pro-Russia political party in the Ukraine. Mueller's special investigation team has also interviewed multiple people from the Podesta Group, which was recruited by Manafort and Gates to work along with the firm. Talk of potentially closing the Podesta Group marks a dramatic downfall of one of K Street's most iconic and well-connected firms. In its heyday, Podesta Group was the largest non-law firm lobbying organization in Washington. Tony Podesta, the firm's founder and chairman, helped fuel the company with work for foreign governments. He and his brother John founded the company almost 3 decades ago. John Podesta chaired Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign. He left the firm in 1993. And that's the gist of the story.
Real quick, thank you, Sweeper Steven. What is the most common crime in China? Identity theft and Hi Lady Monkey. Love and Shadowlay, everyone.
Hi, Sweeper.
Sweeper.
I'm glad that they're catching people who are doing shady shit, but this is the problem with the special investigator. That's not what he's looking into.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be investigating ties between the Trump administration and Russia. Not everybody who's ever fucking talked to Russia. Now, again, if the Podesta Group is doing shady shit, I'm glad they're getting caught for it. But this is why, ever since Clinton, we even with all of the very good reasons we had to have a special prosecutor, we didn't have one for so long. Because this shit happens. I'm fairly certain the Podesta Group didn't have anything to do with Trump being elected.
I would be surprised.
It's just asinine. I mean, it's such broad, sweeping powers.
Well,
if we're gonna have special prosecutors, they need to be very, very limited in scope. Thank you, Cryptic. In honor of our Navy, what is long, hard, and full of seamen? A submarine.
Wah, wah. You spelled seaman wrong. But I'm being picky. Well, also something that apparently disappeared in the wake of the Russia investigation. The academic at the heart of Clinton dirt claim has vanished, leaving trail of questions.
Oh.
Joseph Mifsud, if I'm saying that right, I don't know. The Maltese academic suspected of being a link between the Trump campaign and Russian officials was once a regular on the foreign policy circuit, attending conferences the world over. Now, after being identified as a key figure in the U.S. Special Counsel investigation into Russian influence over the 2016 presidential election, Mifsud has gone to ground. Last Thursday, he disappeared from the private university in Rome where he teaches. Repeated attempts to reach him have since been unsuccessful, though he appears to have read some messages from CNN. Okay? But more details are emerging of the background and context of the man who emerged last week as the professor in court filings relating to charges brought against former Trump aide George Papadopoulos. In the U.S. affidavit, Papadopoulos claims Mifsud. Okay, pick a way. Choose how you want to spell this guy's name, CNN. Seriously, you've spelled it 2 different ways in this one article. It's either Mifsud or Mifsued. Pick one. Jesus. Referred to as foreign contact number 1, told him in April 2016 that the Russians had, quote, thousands of emails relating to Hillary Clinton. An associate also told CNN that he repeatedly bragged about how Moscow had, quote, compromising material on the Clinton campaign in spring 2016, contradicting Mifsud's, God damn it, assertion that he never talked about Russian dirt on the Democratic presidential bid. Blah, 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 blah. My brain breaks just because CNN can't edit. Anyway, so disappeared as in just not contacting people. When I first read that, I thought, uh-oh, disappeared like disappeared. But maybe he's just avoiding the spotlight for the time being.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't. I like how they know who he is, even though it was, secret.
Yeah, super secret.
It's funny how that happens. The professor.
The professor. El professor. Oh. Yeah. The guy could build a radio out of coconuts, but he couldn't build a goddamn raft.
Yeah. It's amazing he couldn't fix that goddamn boat. I enjoy the Russia stuff. I really do. I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. But things like this story, that they're just I don't care.
I know.
I understand why the world does, because it's the link between Trump, and it's really not. Well, if it was the link, I would care.
I just keep waiting for, like I've said before, I keep waiting for the punchline. That one of these stories I'm going to read is going to be, here's the proof, here's the thing, here's the deal that shows that there was that Donald Trump is a Russian agent. He's a plant, he's a mole, that kind of thing. And I know I'm probably never going to see something like that, but I'd like to think that we haven't wasted all of this taxpayer money on absolutely nothing. And I know that is a pipe dream, but all the same.
Well, it's not absolutely nothing. They got whoever it was they sent the indictment down for, I forgot what his name was.
Oh, Manafort? Yeah, Manafort.
For shit he did before he worked for Clinton or Trump.
Right.
Now they've gotten the Podesta group who never worked for Trump. So it's not completely wasted. It's just not where it was supposed to be spent.
Oh, Bloodwing says on Scribe Light's tombstone it will read, CNN finally got me. Yeah. Aneurysm by misspelling. Yeah, I can see it now.
I'm gonna make sure that it's misspelled too.
I was about to say, I hope CNN writes my tombstone. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, make sure Chris Saliza is the editor on my tombstone. Okay. And lastly, before we get to MSS news or anything else that I might have missed, we have an update to the breaking news from last night's stream regarding George Takei. There is a sound clip going around from about a month or so ago, because George Takei is a frequent guest on the Howard Stern show. And there's a clip from a show about a month ago where they're talking about the Harvey Weinstein stuff when it was first kind of breaking.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'll read the article here from the Huffington Post. George Takei once talked about grabbing men to, quote, persuade them, unquote, to have sex. An interview between George Takei and radio show host Howard Stern last month adds a wrinkle to the Star Trek actor's swift denial this week of sexual assault allegations against him. On Friday, former model Scott R. Brunton said Takei had groped him without his consent 36 years ago in the actor's home. Takei addressed the claims in a series of tweets on Saturday morning, flatly stating that the events simply did not occur. Quote, those that know me understand that non-consensual acts are so antithetical to my values and my practices, the very idea that someone would accuse me of this is quite personally painful, Takei wrote. In October, the actor had talked about the recent wave of sexual misconduct allegations on The Howard Stern Show. His remarks then indicate, if nothing else, the problem with trying to persuade someone to have sex without their absolute consent. When Stern inquired, it gets better. When Stern inquired if Takei had ever been involved in non-consensual sexual activity, an uncomfortable silence followed as the actor attempted to laugh off the question. Quote, did you ever grab anyone by the cock against their will? Stern asked at one point. Quote, some people that are kind of skittish or maybe afraid and you're trying to persuade, ... Takei said. Takei later said that those incidents never occurred on the job and that in his eyes they were consensual. Quote, no, it wasn't at work, he said. It was either in my home, they came to my home. Stern then tried to get
Wait.
Takei to... Sorry?
It's not bad because it wasn't at work.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. So if you listen to the... well, here, I'll finish the article, and I'll send a link out so people can listen to it. Stern then tried to get Takei to clarify further, asking if he ever gave someone, quote, a gentle squeeze on the balls, unquote. More than gentle, Takei replied, but it didn't involve power over the other. While Takei provided no time frame or specific details about these encounters, there are some similarities between his description and his accuser's account, notably the location at his home and the type of physical contact. So I'm going to send out the link and the audio, a video with the audios there. Take a minute to watch it after the stream. You don't miss anything we're doing here. But yeah, he goes on to try to clarify, or maybe not clarify, but to rationalize that it's only bad when it is a matter of one person having power over the other, as in I'm your employer or I'm senior to you or something else, which is bullshit. If you start grabbing somebody, it doesn't matter what the power exchange is, without their consent, you're doing a wrong thing. But that's his sort of rationalization. And honestly, because they were joking around, they were talking about Harvey Weinstein and stuff. And Howard just kind of turns to George Takei and he says, "Hey, George, you ever grab a guy's cock before?" And there's this silence, and it is so fucking cringy. It's like, holy shit.
Thank you, Randy Dimick. George Takei touched me inappropriately. Where can I get some money?
Yeah.
And point curation, is it postmodernism where everything is about power? This goes back to the new definition of racism. It's power plus prejudice, or in this case, it's the new sexual assault. It's power plus rape. Look, George, what Harvey did was scummy when it was in a job-related incident, but it would still be scummy if it wasn't. George C.K. masturbating at people is just weird, no matter if it's somebody he works with or not.
You mean Louis
what you're
C.K.?
talking about here is sexual assault, George. It's sexual assault whether they worked for you or not, you fucking weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I don't give him any kind of pass because I like a lot of what George Takei puts out because he puts out a lot of funny tweets and Facebook posts. But he's also a hardcore intersectional guy. He is all about the social justice, and he was all over Trump for grabbing by the pussy. So, yeah, apparently grabbing by the dick is okay.
Yeah.
Holy cats.
Point curation, thank you. Would you ever consider doing a video on that, the power thing, and your thoughts on it? I might, yeah.
Let's see. So what do you think about George Takei grabbing men, Lady Monkey?
I think the awful part is we're just kind of, I know I am kind of becoming immune to all of these Hollywood pervs that just apparently aren't attractive enough to get people in their own merit. They have to just go assaulting them and being shady and awful people.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's kind of funny, though, with the George Takei thing, because he seems to, on like Facebook and Twitter, put off this holier than thou persona where he has to mock and correct everybody and point out what horrible, shitty people they are. And now it might be coming out that maybe he's a horrible, shitty person.
Well, it's actually kind of interesting because in the Stern clip, it starts out with them talking about, and George Takei says, it's ironic, I guess I think is the phrase he used, that Harvey Weinstein is getting all the fire he's getting over what he did or has been alleged to have done. And yet we elected a man who admits having grabbed women and such, and just how hypocritical it is or something like that. And then Stern asks him about, hey, George, you never kind of guy by the cock, did you? Silence.
Yeah.
It is like the most unintentional, cringy hilarity, save for the fact that it deals with somebody who's basically sitting there going like, I did a bad thing and I'm not going to say it. and then I'm going to stumble bumble all over the place trying to get away from actually having to talk about this. Because he knows, that's the thing, is it's not like he forgot about it or he doesn't think it was a big deal or something. He knows he did something wrong, and he's sitting there on the hot seat, caught in the headlights, and it's cringy as hell.
Thank you, Sanguine. Well, Monkey, the thing is that women have hypo-agency. So even when they allow you, it is rape, but men are always consenting. Duh. Well, you know, Wasley, I don't know if you guys follow him on Twitter. He posted basically my thoughts on the Louis C.K. thing last night. Reading what Louis C.K. said, because Louis C.K. says the power he had over these women is that they admired him. That's it.
Right.
They all consented. Nobody says that he forced them to do this. I don't see what I mean, it's weird, creepy behavior, but lots of people do creepy shit in the privacy of their own bedroom. He masturbated in front of people who gave him permission to do so. Where's the crime in that?
Well,
go ahead.
It's just wrong.
Well, I agree. Masturbating, it's weird. It's not something.
For men, because men look like they're just trying to rip it off their bodies when they're not. Like
we got shit. We know how to get it done.
It's not cute. Like, so accusing a guy of like some sort of crime because he masturbated. Yeah, I see it. I don't think you're ever going to hear a crime of a woman masturbating and some like it bothering and upsetting somebody.
Depends on the woman.
Yeah.
Depends on the woman and what they're doing to have that happen. As far as guys trying to rip it off themselves, if a guy's like masturbating in front of a woman as part of whatever, usually it's because there's a time crunch. So it's like, I gotta get this done.
Yeah, I was just, as Lady Monkey was saying that, I'm like, yeah, if I saw a woman masturbating in public, I'd be like, yeah. And then I thought, whoa, what if it was Barbara Bush? Thank you, Cryptic. Takai is an idiot. He loved FDR, who put his family in an internment camp just because he's a Democrat. Karma's a bitch.
I think that's called Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah. I want to point this out, and I know I've brought it up before. Hollywood has spent the last, 40 years idolizing Roman Polanski and wanting him brought home with no charges.
Yeah.
The man who drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's surprised that Hollywood's full of degenerates.
Yeah.
These are their heroes, guys. And the thing is, they're freaking out over Harvey, who, let's be honest, compared to what Polanski didn't do much.
That we know of.
Well, nobody so far that I know of has suggested that he's drugged and raped a 13-year-old. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that so far has not been one of the accusations, no.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shall we go on to MSS News?
Yeah, real quick before we do that, guys, when you throw an article into MSS News, you don't have to tag us.
Yes,
and actually, please don't tag us. Just hashtag MSS News.
Tag everybody.
No,
do not.
Don't listen to her.
Everybody.
Don't listen to her.
Someone's about to get booted from this stream.
Tell you what, tag Lady Monkey and leave the rest of us out of it. Yeah. MSS News at the Lady Monkey. That's all you need to do from now on, guys. Okay. She thinks it's a great thing. You go for it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm here to help. Let's see. The first one comes from. Oh, by the way, chat. If you have news stories you'd like to send to us and have us read on the air, potentially send them to us via Twitter using the hashtag MSS News and at the Lady Monkey. Not tagging anybody else. Thank you.
And Lady Monkey is spelled at the little at symbol ScribeLight.
Yes. Spell it exactly like that.
You forgot the underscore.
Shush you.
Sorry. There's an underscore between the S and the C. There you go.
There's an underscore between the S and the C?
Yes.
No.
All right. Anyway, as CNN tries to spell my Twitter tag over here, this one comes from Peterbilt Nation, or as he's changed his name on Twitter to Peterbilt Confederacy. Uh-oh. What is the headline here? Irate woman brawl. Oh, sorry. Irate women. Sorry, that's a plural. Brawl with McDonald's drive-thru employee over missing McNuggets. And there's video of this.
Oh, man.
A brawl broke out at an Indiana McDonald's in the wee hours of Friday morning, and it was all caught on tape. Except it wasn't caught on tape because we don't use tape anymore, but I love that we still have archaic language. It was 3 a.m. when two women drove up to the fast food chain. They picked up their order, but returned moments later to complain that they weren't given the correct number of chicken McNuggets.
Oh, my God.
A manager showed them a receipt for an order of 4 McNuggets, not 10, and were told they had to get to the back of the line if they wanted to place another order. That's when things went out of control. That reminds me of the Sublime song. That's when things got out of control. He didn't want to. Okay.
Hey, real quick, I think we have to ask, Bloodwing, was this your kin?
Let's see. That's when things went out of control. The women started honking their horn and banging on the drive-through window. They then both climbed through the window and attacked the manager.
Jesus.
The scuffle continued for more than a minute until the women climbed back out and into their car and fled the scene. Monique Hernandez McNeely was in the car behind them and captured the dramatic confrontation on her cell phone.
Wait,
Quote,
can we talk about the multiculturalism in that name?
It's true. Monique Hernandez McNeely. That's a hyphenated last name, by the way.
Damn. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Quote, it was a little bit disturbing at first, but I knew that if I got it on video, that I would be able to help the individuals inside the McDonald's. Police responded, and they were given a copy of the footage, which includes the suspect's license plate number. A similar incident went viral back in 2010 when a woman, Melody Duchesne, lashed out at a McDonald's clerk after trying to buy McNuggets at 10:30 in the morning. Footage of the incident has been viewed almost 2 million times on YouTube.
Of course.
I'll send the link to chat, so in case you want to watch the video.
I'm just going to guess, is this a video that would be covered by Tommy Sotomayor?
The Supreme Court Justice?
No, Tommy.
I know.
Did you watch? Okay.
Oh. Backscan says, Scribe Light, do they dust the nuggets with meth at this McDonald's? Well, it is Indiana. I don't know what that means. I just thought I'd say, well, it is Indiana. I don't know if meth is a problem in Indiana.
Oh, she said the N-word?
Oh.
That's a hate crime.
Uh-oh. Hate crime.
Hate crime. Thank you, Sir Wolfgang. McDonald's is lucky they didn't want
Szechuan.
Szechuan, thank you. I can never say that when I need to.
Yeah, Rick and Morty Szechuan. Thank God for that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Something funny. Oh, here we go. A Walmart story just for Monkey.
Hey, Pat. Oh, I love Walmart stories.
Hi, Pat.
Unless it's dead Mexicans.
No, it's not dead Mexicans. Let's see. This one comes to us from senior staff reporter Colleen Bernier. Walmart shopper who broke his hip picking out a watermelon is awarded $7.5 million.
Bullshit.
An Alabama jury has decided that the Army veteran who broke his hip while picking out a watermelon at a Walmart store should receive $7.5 million. Retired Sergeant Henry Walker, that's ironic, was 59 in June 2015 when he went shopping at a Walmart in Phoenix City, Alabama, the Ledger-Inquirer reports. As Walker reached for the watermelon, his foot got stuck in the side of a wooden pallet under the display. That led him to fall and shatter his hip. Walker's attorney, Sean O'Hara, a more Irish name I have not read recently, said the injury permanently changed his client's life. He used to play basketball 3 days a week and now must use a walker to get around. Walker, the person, not the object, sued Walmart for negligence and wantonness, arguing that the store had not kept its premises reasonably safe. Jurors were shown security footage from the same store that showed several other customers had also caught their feet in the pallet. This past Wednesday, the jury awarded Walker $2.5 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. Walmart has called these amounts excessive in light of the facts and says it plans to appeal the decision, which they will probably win because that is ridiculous.
That is asinine, yeah.
Yeah. Pay his medical bills, sure, and maybe pain and suffering thereafter. It's not going to exceed more than about maybe $500,000, if that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe just pay his medical bills and give him a watermelon a week for life.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to get it out of a pallet.
I hear vitamin C is good for healing broken bones. Sources say that. I don't know who, but sources say that.
How did his foot get so stuck in there? Because I've worked these pallets many times.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck did his foot get stuck? What was he wearing? Uggs? If he was, he deserves a fall.
Well, if it was one of those broken ass pallets, it could have had like a little hole in it, and there's little areas where your foot could get stuck in it.
To the point where you fall and shatter your damn hip?
Well, he was almost 60.
Well, I mean,
day drinking.
If you fall the right way.
Day drinking.
Things happen, monkey.
Day drinking.
You're going to see it when I push you on a pallet next time we're at Walmart.
That's different.
Okay. I think I've just been witness to premeditated crime.
Thank you.
So now I have to testify if it comes up. And so does...
all witnesses.
So does the 180 people currently watching. Of the 68 likes we have, the 180 people currently watching might take a moment to hit that like button. If you could. Thank you.
That would be nice if people hit that like button.
Yes. You would make Lady Monkey happy.
Oh, said he needs day drinking money.
Day drinking money?
Okay, chat. We're going to talk in code. Hit the like button if you want to shove Monkey over a pallet.
Oh, my God. Now you're making them complicit. Okay, see, guys.
No, not complicit. That's accessory.
Yeah, except that's what I mean. Well, the complicit accessory, same difference. You guys, you are now assisting in the furtherance of a crime if you hit that like button. So good job. Good job, Lady Monkey. Good job.
Well, I don't want to be in jail alone.
Thank you, Randy. Officer, I didn't see anything.
There's nothing like a little implied violence to get the like count to go up. Golly gee. What a country.
What happened to that like button if I said, hey, y'all, if you want me to beat my wife, hit that like button?
Oh, shit. Not that now. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Somebody's going to clip that. Somebody's going to clip that. That's your ringtone for this week, everybody.
My little thing shows 16 likes. I think my phone's broken.
It's okay. It'll catch up. Thank you, Point Curation. Assisting people, feeling helpful.
Yes.
Yes.
And your boy Pat says, didn't see nothing. Yes.
Oh, way to have my back. Thanks, Pat.
Well, speaking of didn't see nothing. Guys, oh, yeah.
Pat has a channel he was broadcasting to people.
Oh, yeah.
God, Pat, if you want to, throw that in chat, man.
I subscribed to it the other day, and I forget the name. It was a clever name because it was a takeoff on another abbreviation. And now I
remember the initials because that stuck in my head. But I am subscribed. Anyhow.
So let's see. Oh.
Do we have more?
Oh, we got plenty. I mean, how many more is you want me to do?
Well, Lady Monkey doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Yet, and she should.
Are we talking trash about me now?
No. Just thinking time-wise. So yeah, let's do a couple more. You should make a
YouTube channel, Lady Monkey, that's like all about kids' stories and things, like Grand Monkey type stuff.
Well, I think technically I do have a YouTube channel. There's no videos on it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, 5 Hamilton. Here's some money for the monkey's bail bond.
Yeah,
thank you.
Shit. $2. That'll probably get her little toe out of jail.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do a couple more then, and then we can move on. Is she breaking up, or is it just me?
Yeah, baby, you're breaking up a little bit.
You're breaking up.
Excuse me. Let's see. This one comes from Jack the motherfucking Cochran.
Real quick, before you do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Weibo asked Lady Monkey, she asks, which is weird because it's a statement. Hey, no, it is a question. Hey, Lady Monkey, should we have a girls' night stream with SDA? Something for you guys to do.
Good.
Okay, sorry, Scribe.
So apparently some night I'm just going to have to take a powder while the three of them do a show. Or I'm going to be the only guy there. Or it's going to be 5 of us, which would like make my brain melt.
Well, it could be 5 of us, and you and me will be just sitting there quietly.
Or they can take a Sunday to do that, so it's not like interfering while we do a movie stream or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, we're gonna do it, the 3 of us, one night. Like we'll do it like a Friday or Saturday night at 9 p.m. competing against you two.
Oh.
It'll be like it'll be like
I see how it is.
the throwdown to see who gets more viewers.
Okay, it'll be me, Monkey, and Pat versus you 3.
Nope, just you and Monkey.
Battle of the sexes.
We kind of should. It would be interesting, but the only thing is we wouldn't be able to hear each other's stream, so that part would kind of suck. But that would be funny.
Well, see, they would have 3, so we'd have to get a third.
That's what I said. Your boy Pat. We should get Pat on here.
Well, if we're competing for ratings, maybe I'll see what Bearing's doing that night.
Oh, what? Oh, so Pat's not good for you?
Wow,
Pat,
I was going like for. I was going from like if we need the biggest dose of testosterone our stream could get, and why not?
I play to win.
Whoa, dude. Okay, that's you,
Timothy Sealbeck. Thank you. Not Fridays.
Pat, you need to sub from that monkey guy right now. He is uncool. Uncool.
Oh, I love Pat. I was playing to win though.
You put Pat on a stream shirtless, I would even like leave the stream for the girls and go watch Pat.
I would bring Pat on shirtless for me.
If we did for some reason actually do this, we should do it on Monkey's night. That way, if Lady Monkey's hosting on her side and Monkey's hosting on his, then any super chats all go to the same bucket basically.
I can't do super chats.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
One, I don't have a verified channel, but I don't.
That's right.
I don't have any content to get that many viewers.
That's right. All right. Well, something to consider. Thanks, guys. I'll only do like a couple of more MSS news deals, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we interrupted that.
That's right. So Jack Cochran sends us this one from Campus Reform, one of my more favorite news sites lately. Professors chastising disruptive protesters endangered students. Okay. Professors at the University of Oregon are upset with conduct violations that were handed down to student protesters who recently disrupted a speech by the school's own president. In a letter to President Michael Schill, that's a great name, and the Board of Trustees, the faculty members blast the disciplinary investigation that led to conduct violations as rife with problems, including factual ambiguities, intimidation, investigatory errors, and derailing due process. Quote, in our view, this has gone too far. It is time to de-escalate. We ask that you cease the punitive measures against students and engage in a dialogue without the cloud of threat or intimidation, they wrote. You mean like consequences for acting like a bunch of idiots?
Mm-hmm.
The letter posted to the UO Student Collective Facebook page. Student Collective. I just want to pause for a second and think about the implications of that title of their group, the Student Collective.
Well, pause for a second.
Yes.
Thank you, Mash Ranting Monkey. As Lady Monkey's lawyer, Bunny, I would ensure that she gets a pussy pass and you take the blame for everything. That'd probably be what happened. Anyway, yes.
What happens when Lawyer Bunny meets Lawyer Dog?
Lawyer Dog wins.
Yeah, no shit.
No, because Lawyer Bunny would win because she is crazy sexy.
Well, Lawyer Dog apparently doesn't show up.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so here we go. Lawyer Bunny shows up. I show up. The court case starts. We just make out. Everybody will forget what the hell's happening. We win.
Is Lucky 7 around?
Why?
Because he always calls me a dirty old man, and I just want to show him what I live with. But anyway, so we had a student collective.
Yeah, the Student Collective. The letter posted to the UO Student Collective Facebook page was signed by 3 professors and a student government official, all of whom wrote to, quote, express their concern with the response of your office to the October 6, 2017 student protest at the State of the University address. The protesters who disrupted Schill's speech were charged in late October with conduct code violations on the grounds of disruption of university operations and failure to comply. Schill also penned an op-ed for the New York Times calling the protesters out for hypocrisy, noting that the, quote, tactic of silencing they employed is awfully close to the fascism they accused him of practicing.
Oh,
quote, during the demonstration, activists took the stage and presented a list of demands created by a coalition of students. Your actions since this event have potentially endangered these students by calling out their actions in a national venue. They did it in public. They did this in public in front of the entire school.
But it endangered them by pointing out that they were doing this publicly. Fuck you.
And have escalated tensions in such a way as to obscure the concerns which precipitated the protest. God damn. Oregon is fucked between this and
yeah.
Oh wait, Evergreen, was Evergreen State in Oregon? I'm forgetting now.
Is it Oregon or Washington? It's one of those.
Yeah, same geography, I guess. But either way, that part of the world is fucked up.
Real quick, thank you, Sanguine. Sunday, a Simian showdown, stream showdown, years in the making. Husband v wife. Whose stream will reign supreme? Monkey versus monkey.
Yay!
Let's see. Oh, is this news or is this something I read the other day? Let's see. Or did they actually just announce? They make it official. Well, anyway, here we go. This comes from the Juan fucking Carbon named Joys of Sorrow, because now you can put 50 characters in your Twitter name.
Oh my gosh, people are getting carried away with this. Can we all chill with the big long names? Please.
A live-action Star Wars TV series is finally coming. After years of rumors and false starts, the long-awaited live-action Star Wars TV series is about to become a reality. Disney has revealed that it plans to go forward with an original Star Wars series for its currently unnamed streaming platform that will launch in 2019. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Disney CEO Bob Iger delivered the news about the Star Wars TV show, during an earnings call with stockholders. It may have been briefly overshadowed by the announcement of a brand new Star Wars trilogy by writer-director Rian Johnson, but make no mistake, this is a big step forward for the Star Wars universe. It's a new thing for the Star Wars universe. Step forward all depends on what it is and how good it is. If they decide to do a Star Wars TV series that's like, the underworld of Coruscant, which is what I would love for them to do. So like crime stuff, like non-Jedi cool, expand the ground level stuff a little bit. Kind of like what Rogue One did in a couple of scenes, but not as badly. That'd be great. If it is a Knights of the Old Republic show, Game of Thrones style, fucking yes. If they decide to do like the new Jedi Academy, I'm going to barf. I'm just going to...
P-Dog says Evergreen is in Washington.
Okay. Jack Cochran says Star Wars SVU.
Yeah, well, here's the problem with it, because they're using it as a way to launch their, or it's part of their launch for their own streaming service.
Yeah.
We have too many streaming services already. And unless this show is really, really good, it's not going to help them.
Well, here's the thing.
And I worry that they're doing it for that reason. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Disney owns the biggest properties in the world right now between Star Wars and Marvel. They've already, I believe, they have ended or at least will not be producing any more Marvel shows for Netflix. If they move all of their stuff, Star Wars and Marvel, over to their own streaming service, people will pay. People will pay because they actually have a corner on stuff that people want to watch. CBS doing their own streaming service and trying to use this crappy Star Trek show as their flagship excuse for paying for that, they don't have any leverage. The market for Star Trek, especially badly done Star Trek, is not an incentive for people to want to pay for a separate streaming service. Disney can get away with it, though, because they have the library of stuff that people will pay. If people want to watch Frozen on demand, right there,
Well, I could see it for their Disney cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
If they were doing it just with Star Wars and Marvel, those won't carry them. The
No,
cartoons might help because you want to keep kids quiet, but there's still so much. I mean, for Grand Monkey, the best streaming service I have is one I didn't even realize I had for the longest time or didn't pay attention to. Is Amazon Prime has like the best little kids shows.
Mm-hmm.
She could on Disney. Fuck it, we have all the DVDs. First Cynic, thank you. Continue on from the 2 Ewok movies. Yeah.
Caravan of Courage. Oh my God, Sindel. I remember. Oh, and Wilford Brimley. Bring back Wilford Brimley if he's not dead in the series or whatever. But man, I remember those movies. They were so weird. There was like magic and witches and things. It was like, oh boy.
I don't think people are going to be willing to sign up the way Disney thinks they are. They're going to need something a lot bigger.
It depends. I mean, like I say, it depends on if they. It's not just going to be Star Wars and Marvel. It's going to be Star Wars, Marvel, and the entire Disney library. Like every Disney movie you can think of, available at your fingertips, in crisp like digital and everything else. One of the things that when I used to work at the video store when I was in high school. When DVDs came out, Disney would not release their content onto DVDs at the time because they were not convinced about the security of the stuff, which is kind of weird. But I mean, which meant that the laser discs we had of Disney movies were prime, valuable real estate for people who were technophiles who wanted to watch, sharp Disney movies, especially the classics. People will be willing to pay high dollar for their kids to watch, Snow White or any of the old things you can't watch in the theater anymore on their home TVs without having to go buy a copy of it. There will be a draw to that. Disney will make money, and especially if they start putting out Spider-Man cartoons exclusively on there. Oh yeah, and X-Men and everything else. Yeah, it's done. They may not be a Netflix competitor directly, but they'll be doing fine. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Well, shall we just? Oh, one more, just because this is a funny headline. We did Under Siege not too long ago. I wonder if the person in this was Eric Oleniak. Steven Seagal accused of telling actress to sit on his face in 1991.
Oh my God!
Please tell me it was Eric Oleniak. Former action star Steven Seagal is being accused by an unnamed Hollywood executive for sexually harassing her. But you said it was an actress, or did she an actress that turned out to become an executive? For sexually harassing her on the set of his 1991 movie Out for Justice. Aha. The executive was reportedly a young actress at the time. All right. And said Seagal lured her into his trailer for a costume change and later propositioned her over the phone saying, "You are not comfortable sitting on my face for an hour?"
He said that over the phone?
Yeah, well, rotary at the time, I'm sure. Let's see. The allegations join a growing list of industry leaders in Hollywood. Well, Steven Seagal's not really an industry leader anymore, but whatever. Being accused of sexual harassment, most notably Kevin Spacey and former super producer Harvey Weinstein. This is not the first time Seagal has been accused of inappropriate behavior. Yes, it's true. These have been coming out for years.
Well, that's not. I don't want to say it's appropriate behavior, but if they were talking and he made a joke, even if it's a sexual joke, these things. That's not.
Yeah,
you're blurring the lines way too much here.
Yeah, somebody said something untoward to me once. Well. Luna Horizon says face hugger. Yes, it obviously was. An egg would be planted in his chest at that point. Okay, well, unless there's something that I'll scroll real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything crazy, but I guess that's all for MSS News this time.
All right, we'll do it. Oh, excuse me. And on to YouTube time. Lady Monkey, what'd you do?
Well, I tried to start some YouTube drama just so that we'd have something to chat about.
Mm-hmm.
Did it work?
It will. Yeah, we're going to have the battle of the sexes of YouTube.
That's right.
Yes.
Do you need some men to help your side out?
No, we have boobs. We got this.
I didn't do anything today, which leads us to ad time, right?
Well, there's one quick, I know it's out of order, but YouTube drama. Rucka Rucka Ali has created a music video based on the Blair White Red Pill Black debate.
Oh, right.
And it's fucking hilarious.
I didn't see it. I saw the thumbnail for it. It popped up in my subs. But...
So he took the song "Bye Bye Bye," bye bye bye. Is that NSYNC?
NSYNC.
Yeah, okay, yeah, NSYNC. And he changed it to "Guys, guys, guys."
Oh my god!
It is fucking hilarious. The lyrics are so fucking funny. It's only like a minute and a half long. After the stream, go look it up. I was laughing my ass off because it was so on point. It was so good. Anyway, so YouTube stuff today. All I did in regards to YouTube was write ads.
Okay.
I had 13 ads. So I'm gonna let me get it squared away here so I can read them all.
Thank you, William Savage. Much love to the Lords of the Night. Learning how to super chat. It's good.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
Looks like you learned. You are a good student, Grasshopper. All right. All right. So first, Point Curation requested something a little different. He requested that I invent a company and one competitor of that company in the same brand of consumer goods with competing branding in two separate ads. So, brand X versus brand Y kind of thing. So here we go. When you need some motherly goodness, try Mrs. Johnson's oatmeal cookies. Made with 100% organic oats and pure sugarcane molasses, Mrs. Johnson doesn't cut corners in life, like some other cookie brands. Baked to perfection, just like Mom used to make, in ovens that Mrs. Johnson paid for herself without having to beg her mother for a loan, like some other cookie makers. So go get a healthy bag full of Mrs. Johnson's. They're so good, you might think you're cheating on your diet instead of your wife. Mrs. Johnson's oatmeal cookies. A little bit of love in every one.
Nice.
Take a big bite out of Big Jim Johnson's oatmeal cookies. Some other oatmeal cookies are vindictive lying bitches. Bite into Big Jim's. Truth in advertising is our motto, unlike saying you're not still in love with your old boyfriend. Big Jim's oatmeal cookies give you the most cookie for your dollar. Compare the size and price of our cookies to any other small, sad, flat excuse for a pair of cookies on the market. And inside every bag of Big Jim's oatmeal cookies is a secret prize. Just like this one. Guess what? I know that kid isn't mine, so no child support for you. Surprise! Big Jim's oatmeal cookies. A man-sized cookie for a man-sized appetite.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you, Mash. Do you think Anita Sarkeesian will make a response to Roaming's latest video featuring her? Anita doesn't do response videos.
Yeah, I would be surprised. She might make a response comment at a conference at somebody in the audience, though. All right, Miss Slim.
Bitch in person.
Yeah, Miss Slim 1 requested a movie theater that tortures you with bad sound effects. In these heady days of streaming video and on-demand movies, taking the time to go to an actual theater can be a real chore. Audiences need an incentive that will make their real-world movie-going experience a memorable one. Introducing Cacophony Cinemas, the theater chain that makes every film its own unique adventure. At Cacophony, guests will be unwillingly strapped into their seats as the film begins and then bombarded with bad audio from the film they paid to see, along with sound effects from completely different movies. Our founder, Jigsaw, believes everyone will leave Cacophony having a better appreciation of real life. Cacophony Cinemas. Sounds horrible, doesn't it?
Nice. I like the tagline there. Thank you, Point Curation. Those were excellent, Scribe. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like them. Keep those in mind. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge as we continue. Mr. Baker requested an ad for FX's The Shield, which is my favorite television show. So this one was made with love and isn't meant to be funny at all because it's legit. Winner of 2 Golden Globes and 2-time winner of AFI's Television Program of the Year, FX's The Shield. The groundbreaking crime drama that set the bar for all who followed in its gritty footsteps follow the saga of crime, heroism, corruption, loyalty, and betrayal in all 7 seasons of The Shield. The Farmington district of Los Angeles is one of the most dangerous and violent places in California, and Vic Mackey's strike team is the necessary evil to keep the peace. But at what cost? Starring Michael Chiklis, CCH Pounder, Jay Carnes, Walton Goggins, Glenn Close, Forrest Whitaker, Benito Martinez, Andre 3000, and a cast of 1,000 more. FX's The Shield. The road to justice is twisted. I love that show. You still need to watch it, yes. Okay, Emperor W.R. Costin requested a movie trailer starring Yoda as Frank Oz hiding in Michigan dressed as a monkey who rants, featuring Grand Monkey in a side plot involving hot dogs. Okay. A monkey who rants I am. Frank Oz I be. My story this is. Prepare for the hilarity of being on the run from Antifa when director Frank Oz's portrayal of Miss Piggy is deemed to be both misogynistic and fat-shaming by social justice. He has to hightail it into obscurity before the black bloc knocks over his trash cans. Now hiding in Michigan in a monkey costume, he must contend with a wild grand monkey, obsessed with her own homemade hot dogs, all the while having to avoid detection by the Tone Police. Starring Yoda as Frank Oz and Weebo Jones as Grand Monkey, director W.R. Costin presents The Wonderful Yoda of Oz, Hot Dog of Destiny.
I like it.
Nice.
All right. Next, The Layman requested basically a sequel to Blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted Grand Monkey as a sidekick and Queen Christy Winters as the villain. I couldn't find a way to work Monty Python-esque humor in there, Layman. I apologize, but nothing really came to me as I wrote this, so here you go. Jack is back. Last time, Jack the motherfucking Cochran mowed down the streets of his old neighborhood and got his sister clean from drugs. But the one thing crime doesn't abide is a hero. And now the ruler over all the pushers and dealers, the queen pin, Christy Winters, is out for revenge against Jack and pushing a new kind of heroin called 1984. And the queen pin's first move on the chessboard of vengeance, killing Jack's best friend, Lowbrow, the pimp with the heart of cold hard cash, leaving his innocent granddaughter, Grand Monkey, an orphan. Now, Jack the motherfucking Cochran must avenge Lowbrow and stop the queen pin's new strain of smack from dulling the minds of his peeps, all the while having a smack-talking baby strapped to his back, Yoda style. Black don't crack, and neither does Jack. Blackjack the Second. Lowbrow's 44 Magnum eulogy.
Nice.
I like that one.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. That was great, Scribe. I still feel sorry for Ronnie.
Oh, no spoilers, but oh God, yes. I won't say anymore. Yes, that was painful. Let's see. Then Igor Yufakov, if I'm saying that correctly, I hope so. He requested a new Ghostbusters movie with every character played by Kim Jong-un except for Leslie Jones' character, who doesn't understand Korean, and Bill Murray, who doesn't understand he's in a movie. Not often do I have such a complex request, but I gave it my best shot. New from Sony Pictures, the sequel you never thought could or should be made. Meet the Ghostbusters again for the first time. Starring Kim Jong-un taking on triple duty as Abby Yates, Aaron Gilbert, and Jillian Holtzman, while not bothering to learn English to speak his lines. And back again is Leslie Jones as Patty Tolan, who spends the entire film bewildered as to what her co-stars are saying. Also starring Bill Murray, whose real-life outings to breakfast and charity events were filmed without his knowledge and spliced into the movie. This time, the team is off to capture the ghosts of Kim Jong-il and Kim Il-sung, and bring them back to North Korea so they can continue to haunt the North Korean people and the rest of us forever. Igor Yufakov Films and Sony Pictures presents Ghostbusters, the 38th Parallel Dimension.
Rock on.
Okay, and then Sanguine, we got a few more. Sanguine asked for a novel about what it means to be human, where the main character is heavily augmented. So this got deep. What comprises humanity? In 2078, the Sanguine Collective has perfected the technology of artificial limbs and organs. Nearly every part of the human body can now be synthesized, grown, and replaced. But before these wondrous discoveries are released to the market, the company needs a guinea pig. Witness the tale of one woman who, for a large payday, signs away her life in more ways than one. As more and more of the woman known as Ellen Gates becomes less and less of the body she inhabits, where does she stop and the absence of humanity begin? Read the groundbreaking new science fiction epic, The Ship of Theseus. And if you know what the Ship of Theseus is in philosophical terms, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's your high-minded Easter egg. Igor Yufakov then requested toothpaste made of shoe polish and orphans' tears. Tired of those racially supremacist pearly whites, longing for the days of British quality dentition, and when child labor laws were a figment of the imagination? Then you need Grimy Grin, the morally staining toothpaste. Our patented formula of shoe polish, the tears of orphans, and just a pinch of menthol will have your teeth looking like something out of the mid-1800s in London's East End within 2 weeks, or your money back. So sully your smile in style with Grimy Grin from Igor Yufakov Home Products.
Ew.
Okay. Cryptic then asked for a movie of a guy who got fed up with SJW stuff and built a rocket ship to escape Earth, but was destroyed by the USS Enterprise E as it travels back in time to stop the Borg. Yeah, some of these things write themselves. All right. You know of Star Trek First Contact, when the crew of the Enterprise traveled back in time to stop an invasion by the insidious Borg. Now, the story of one man's quest to escape the stifling social stagnation of the Federation can finally be told. Witness the doomed adventure of Ensign Cryptic, who goes AWOL from Starfleet to build his own ship to the stars, hoping to find a better world where jokes can be jokes and skin color doesn't matter. It's a fine dream, but it will ultimately remain just that. Cryptic Studios brings you the faithful, futuristic fable, Star Trek: Escape from Social Justice.
Well done. Thank you, MASH. Scribe Light, if Christy Winters is the villain in that film, shouldn't Bering be involved somehow?
That was
I'm
not
sure he
part
was.
of, that was not part of the... He's in the background somewhere. He's in the background somewhere. I don't know. I put Weibo in there because Weibo makes a good small baby type person. Hi, Weibo.
Makes a good small baby. Weibo, dress up like a baby for Scribe.
No baby play. No baby play. Thank you. No.
Do the baby play. Ruin it for him.
Okay. Chat Mort requested a Star Wars spinoff that's a romantic comedy between Obi-Wan and General Grievous. And then she says, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm like this. Well, it's fine. I don't know why I'm like this either. I read ads of this kind of stuff. Anyway. And actually, a couple of ads start this way because of reasons, but we'll get there. A long time ago, in a brothel far, far away. See the epic Star Wars adventure that was kept a secret until now. At the height of the Clone Wars, General Obi-Wan Kenobi and General Grievous were stranded together on the pleasure planet Grafenberg Prime. Without a ship and without allies, the two warriors had to put their differences aside in order to survive, taking on jobs as male prostitutes to pay their way off-world. But who could have imagined the lust, the romance, and the hilarity that was to come, and come again? Director Chat Mort brings you Star Wars: The Bone Whores.
Nice.
Bone whores.
Okay. I think I got 3 left. All right. Pincalo requested an ad for vasectomy. Simple as that. Tired of getting women pregnant, drowning in child support bills, sick of guest starring on episodes of Maury Povich? Then come on down to Dr. Pincalo's Penis Pinchers. Dr. Pincalo has revolutionized the art of vasectomy down to a science. With a state-of-the-art laser beam and stainless steel, Dr. Pincalo will leave your balls intact and put your life back on track. And if you're not 100% satisfied with your results, then guess what? You're the father. Dr. Pinkhollow's penis pinchers. When you have a need to stop the breed.
That should be a true saying.
Point curation, thank you. I need to get a smoke after that one, Scribe. Talking about the film.
Say two left. Sweeper Steven wanted an ad for a movie where the Lords of the Night are members of Star Wars versus the Ghost Poo podcast, who are members of Star Trek. And I came up with the perfect Star Wars name for SDA in the course of thinking up this one. A long time ago, in a crossover far, far away, a hyperdrive accident has sent Jedi Master Monkey, Darth Scrivener, and some dumb Alderaanian into Sector 001 and the heart of the United Federation of Planets. Discovered by a shuttlecraft carrying Captain Jean-Luc Sinatra, Drunken LaForge, and Counselor Deanna Bear, these galaxy swap rivals are about to engage in some Star Wars. Sweeper Steven Studios presents an out-of-this-world farce, Trek Wars, Crossing the Streams.
Dun, dun, dun.
I like that one.
Some dumb Alderaanian. I thought that was good.
Reach is really mad you said she was like a baby.
Is she crying like a baby?
She's yelling in chat.
Oh, so she's throwing a tantrum.
Yes.
She said
Oh,
her
okay.
father taught her to ski it too. I'm not sure how that...
Okay.
Is that what happened? Is that why you can't grow? Did you like hit a tree and break a good?
Okay, so lastly, and I saved this for last for very good reasons, as you'll see. Sanguine requested a movie about Perun. And who is Perun? Well, let me tell you. In ancient Slavic mythology, two gods warred eternally with one another. Perun, he of thunder, lightning, and the air, and Velis, the snake beneath the watery earth, lord of the underworld. But over time, Christianity banished such tales, replacing Perun and Velis with God and the devil. Such a shame that no one bothered to tell them that they didn't exist anymore. Now, once every century, the two gods possess the bodies of ordinary people to play out their battle right before our eyes, but always hidden. And this time, they've taken over the bodies of newlyweds Jim and Nancy Johnson, owners of Johnson's Cookie Company. Witness the celestial combat on the temporal plane in Sanguine Studios' latest supernatural thriller, Cookie Cutter, Divorce of the Gods.
Nice.
That is what we call a callback.
Like,
And
no,
I'm done.
very good job.
I eat solid food. Wow. Do you want a ribbon, Weibo?
Do you want a cookie?
Yeah, you want
I
a
want a
cookie? You want a cookie?
I think you touched a nerve.
Hey, don't tell her boyfriend that. I don't want to get in trouble. I have booze connections. I go to college. Going to college says nothing about a person's maturity these days, Weibo, and you know that. Anyway, I'm done. So we can go on to deep topics if you have one.
I have a sort of deep topic. I was pointed to a video today by somebody whose name I can't remember.
I have a super chat real quick.
Just sending this to fuck up your flow, says William Savage. Thank you so much.
Good job. You win.
Andy Worski did a video called The Trouble with the Skeptic Community or something like that. It was a live stream, and then he did a part 2 on it.
Mm-hmm.
I still have not seen those. Somebody brought it up in our chat yesterday. But this person whose name I can't remember, sorry about that, did a video called Regarding the Problem with the Skeptic Community.
Mm.
And in it, first of all, whoever this guy is, he's blown up a little bit recently because he's been he did a hangout with Sargon and Bering at the same time talking about books. I didn't watch that either, but so he's gotten quite a voice for himself, and he does the same thing everybody does when they're dissecting why people are like losing their audience and why they're not gaining audiences fast, why view counts are down.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody who says this, everybody who gives an opinion on this. Every goddamn one of them, for some reason, comes to the conclusion that the problem is that everything's already been said. Everything's already been said, so you can't say it again.
Right.
The Quartering, thank you, I am Bob. That's who it was. That's the channel name. The Quartering, all one word.
Okay.
That's not the problem. If that were the problem, Rush Limbaugh wouldn't be going on, what, 40 years on the radio talking about the same fucking thing?
Yep.
Sean Hannity wouldn't be doing the same goddamn thing day after day after day. The problem that happened with all of these, and he points out, because he goes to their Social Blade pages, and for the skeptic community, there was a really big growth spurt in the summer of 2016. There's a reason for that. The election was going on. So there was an increased interest in politics. So there was a lot of growth going on. And after the election, a lot of channels, a lot of them, came out and publicly said, I'm not really going to be talking about this stuff anymore because, well, everything's already been said. I feel like I need to move on to, you know, more important topics, or I don't want to just keep poning people. Here's the deal. The issue is consistency. If you build an audience, say, let's say, okay, my channel, I built an audience doing anti-SJW material. If I switch tomorrow to gaming on my main channel, it would kill my audience. There might be some people who stuck around just to hear what weird shit I said, but the people who signed up to watch me didn't sign up to watch that. All of these people, they missed the fact that the skeptics who have, you know, started having this trouble, every one of them has switched what they're fucking doing. There's a reason that the show like Married with Children was so successful. They never changed their format. There's a reason that Simpsons is so successful. They never change their format. This idea that people can get bored of stuff, yeah, people can. But for the most part, in my opinion, and I may actually make a video about this because I'm sick of hearing people talk about it. The problem is they abandon what they grew their audience doing. That's all.
Yeah, I created a separate channel for, you know, stuff that had nothing to do with commentary because for that very reason. It's like, you know, people coming to this channel, it's like a magazine, right? Every channel is sort of like a magazine. You go to a magazine because it centers on a particular subject matter. You got magazines for motorcycles, you got magazines for personal health, you got magazines for nudity, whatever. You go to a magazine because you want that niche subject covered from that one source. And you keep buying that magazine and you get a subscription to that magazine because that is the kind of stuff you like to see. And even if you don't read every article, if you set the magazine aside, you can pick it up later because it'll still have stuff that interests you. Same thing with the channel that you don't watch for a while. You come back, it's all still there. It's not going anywhere unless YouTube takes it down or you delete it. And this constant argument, oh, it's everything's already been said. Everything's already been said. Everybody's just an imitation of each other now, blah, blah. You know what? Here's the thing. I've said it a million times before. If one good argument stated once was all you needed to defeat a bad idea, then we would not have religion anymore. It would have been dead 1,000 years ago. But surprise, surprise, it's still here because the conversation, the debate never stops. And the person who loses is the person who gives up. So I don't know what to tell you. But, you know, if I was inspired to do the stuff the way I do it by various people. I don't know that I'm all that unique. I don't think that I'm all that special as far as like style or anything else, but I like what I do. I do it. The people who watch my channel seem to like it, and I don't have any plans to change it. If I decide to do something different, I have a different channel for that. That's basically it.
Yeah. If I do gaming videos, which I'm really leaning towards eventually doing, it won't go on my main channel. I wouldn't do that to my main channel. And part of the problem, and this is what really, really fucking annoys me, is so many people think we have to be high-minded. There was a lot of debate over People like Bearing, people like Undoomed, although Undoomed didn't get as much of the hate as Bearing did, about how, you know, just the poning stylings. And after the election, there were so many people like, oh, I want to get rid of, I want to get away from that. I want to be more serious. Serious doesn't sell. It really doesn't. If you think the skeptic community is a niche, however you want to say it, market, being the academic type is very, very, very limited.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Point Curation. You don't have to be high-minded, but you do need to speak your mind. Well, here's the thing. You can have good ideas and say them in completely fucked up ways.
Yes.
You can, and I think that's the best way to actually make arguments stick. Comedians have been doing that for decades. Humor is where it's at. Humor is how you make arguments more palatable to people by showing humor with them. But somebody, oh, I need to start sourcing my articles. A lot of the stuff we talk about is opinion, and you don't have to source it. If there's a source that needs thrown out, yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so tired of people, oh, this wasn't a sourced argument. This was just your opinion. Yeah, you're allowed to fucking have an opinion. I love Jordan Peterson, but only watch interviews with other people. Oh, that's Earl Walton talking. He says, I've tried to watch his lectures, but can't. I actually like his lectures better. He did do a great interview with Camille Paglia, and that was awesome. But those two that was a weird one to watch because those are two very, very smart people having a very academic conversation, and I had to watch it in chunks. Let me put it that way. But yeah, Lady Monkey, you're a watcher. What do you think of YouTube content or content in general? Would you turn away if it changed too much?
I do, and I have. You know, I don't subscribe to a ton of people. I would say maybe like 15 or 20. But I did unsubscribe from a few people just because, you know, it's almost like telling your viewers, fuck you, I don't care about you. You know, I had one person that I subscribed to that I watched every day that they would drop a new video, and they released them on set days, and I made sure on those days to go and watch because I really liked the person and I liked the ideas they shared, and that was what made me subscribe to their channel. And then all of a sudden it became, you know, well, I really want to do something completely different. Well, what you want to do completely different isn't why I subscribed in the first place, but I thought I'll give it a chance. And their next video that came out was pretty much, you know, everything that they're going to do, and I thought, I don't really want to see that, so I unsubscribed because I don't need to get alerts for stuff that I'm uninterested in. And you know, I had to do that to a few people just because, while I understand that content creators definitely have their own right to decide how they want to do their channels and what they want to do, they also need to understand that their subscribers have the right to either agree or disagree. And if we as subscribers get tired of your shit, then we don't have to watch you anymore. Or if you completely change the reason for us watching, kind of like what you said with commentary and then changing it to gaming. Well, if we didn't come to you for gaming, why would we stick around, you know? So I definitely see that it would be good to have a separate channel, you know, but if you completely change the tune of your channel and you start losing subscribers, viewers, you really don't have anybody to blame.
There's a great, a lot of this is covered in very good detail by Mr. Mediker in his That Guy with the Glasses series, especially, yes. I think the first video. I'll give the capsule version is the lead showcase of that group and his own channel, the Nostalgia Critic. He had a very set format for his show and his videos, and it went on for a couple of years. And at one point, he decided that he was going to essentially kill off the character and end that series and do something completely different and do a whole bunch of other things. And he took all of his money that he'd gotten over the course of the last couple of years, and he put it all into like renting out movies or like film space and all this crazy stuff. And he did all this new content, new programming, and nobody watched it. It was a complete and utter failure because people had gotten used to coming there for a specific thing. And when he just flat out ended it because he was tired of it, it bombed. And that's the problem. I mean, if you get tired of doing something, if you don't want to do it anymore, that's perfectly fine. But don't be surprised when people who are loyal based on something that you did don't come back. You know, and and that's just the market. You know, seriously, if you give people something that they want and then you discontinue it, they're obviously not going to buy it anymore because they can't. So
exactly.
Real quick.
And go ahead.
Artheon says, if I understood it correctly, the whole subcount argument started by Coach Red Pill accusing the entire community of going after the alt-right to pad their subs. I do understand that there's more in depth to this that I haven't gotten through. But even with that, it doesn't change it when we're talking about. Go ahead with your point, Lady Monkey, because this is a longer point.
Well, I was just going to say also, I really think, you know, and I will say I'm not a content creator, so I'm just kind of speaking from somebody that watches viewpoint. If you do decide to make drastic changes to your content that you're making and to your channel and you lose subscribers, don't think that going back is going to get them back, because the one person that I used to watch and I dropped, she for about 2 months went on a completely different tangent, but now she's back to doing the other stuff. And I thought, well, why am I going to resubscribe to her just so that she does it again? Like, it's not the same, because now she's just pandering to get people to subscribe and watch again. And I watch because people enjoy what they do, passionate about it. Don't do it just to make me happy, you know.
Well, I get it from the creator's point of view. There's times where it's like, oh, I just don't want to make a video, so I just don't. You can get burned out from it if you do too much, or there's times it's like, oh, I'd really like to do something else. And that's why we do like movie streams on Sunday mornings sometimes. That's to switch it up, because one of the things I saw people complaining about in the comments on that video that I was talking about, there's a whole lot of people complaining about streams. And in this particular context, he was talking about Andy Worski, Some Black Guy, and Blair White. Now, at least Andy and Blair have been involved in a couple of streams that, how can I put this nicely? They were childish high school bullshit. That crazy hair one, that whole thing should have been handled behind the scenes. The amount of it that went on in that stream was just, oh my God. And that's what most of the people seem to think all streams are like, judging by their comments. And they're really not. Worski had a long run with Worski Live where he had a daily guest, and it wasn't the high school bullshit. Blair does her streams where she talks to her audience, and it's not. But you do have to be also cognitive of your public persona you're putting out there. But I see a lot of people who blame streaming itself on these few shitty streams. Real quick, it is 10:34, so let's open this up to chat. We can keep discussing the topic, of course, but...
Wait, Monkey, are you saying that there are a few bad apples?
Yeah, not necessarily bad. Yeah. There's bad apples in the entire stream bunch. I'm not referring to the people, but those streams were horrendous.
Yeah, individual instances of things make everything seem like it's that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a content creator and you're going to do drastically different stuff, either make it patently obvious to your viewers. Like if you're going to have like commentary videos and your thumbnails are color-coded, red, and then your video game videos are color-coded blue, and you let everybody know that, they can pick and choose, and maybe you can get away with having that as long as you give an expectation to your audience of what to expect, And you can just say, if you don't like this kind of videos, just click on the red ones, the blue ones. Or, like I say, start a whole different channel. If you are a content creator who has so much time that you can do videos on various topics, then think of yourself like a cable network where you've got different channels you can click on for different types of content. You know, you're your own network. And of course, if you want to change because you're looking for a different audience or you're going in a different direction and you want to start from the ground up, that's perfectly fine too. You know, don't be contentious about it though, because maybe you want to try to bring your old audience along with you. Don't go on there and say this content's stupid or the people who like this stuff are just getting annoying, so I'm going to do something different. That's not good business sense in the first place. It's also not good PR. So, you know, just broadcast it and explain it to your audience why you're doing something, because they've been with you long enough that they might come along too if you give them a good excuse or a good reason as to what you're doing. Just saying.
You know, it's a good product analogy here. New Coke.
Oh God, yeah.
Because that's what it is. I mean, when you change your content that drastically, you can't blame your audience for not coming along with you. And like I said, my problem with this analysis is that everybody I've seen talk about this says the same thing. Oh, it's all been said before. There's no more arguments to make. Yeah, there is. There's the same arguments. Yes, YouTube feminists have been beaten back. Black Lives Matter has no real place on the platform. But YouTube is not life, y'all. In the real world, look at the Republican challenge to Obamacare. It should have went through with no problem. They have Congress, or they have the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they still couldn't do it. Why not? Well, because they still have to suck up to the people who they think are going to get them elected. And who do they think will get them elected? Well, the bleeding heart types. You can't go too far to the right, or you'll lose your seat that you got elected to by saying you were going to be that far to the right. That social justice still rules this country. Yeah,
that's why I focus a lot of my stuff not on other content creators, generally speaking, but real, quote unquote, real world people, because that's really where things concern me, not the personalities that have little audiences on YouTube, myself included, but the stuff that really is affecting the world that we live in meat space, let's say. So yeah, anyway.
Sorry, we have had some questions already. Let me scroll back up here and see what we had. Hi, Satsu.
Hi, Satsu. I can't read questions because my phone is at 12% and it won't let me light my screen up without giving me multiple battery warnings.
Let's see. Chatmort says, that's one of the reasons my channel growth is super slow, and that's something I came to terms with early on. I can't limit myself to one type of content, so I appeal to a smaller audience. Sure.
Yeah.
My channel growth is relatively low because I don't use keywords correctly in my titles. I like my clever titles rather than actually putting stuff in there that'll end up on search results. And I'm fine with having a niche audience, more or less. My personal goal wasn't to become like gigantic. If I do, it'll be grown slowly, organically, and people stick around that like it. So I'm fine with that.
For the record, you'll also probably have a much more loyal audience that way as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I like interacting with the people who comment, especially people that offer either like I have a lot of people who watch one of my videos and then say, well, here's my experience with this subject in real life, XYZ, and here's how I could see either the speaker's side of view or your point of view or whatever. I have one, in my opinion, of course, I'm biased, unconscious bias. I have one of the more thoughtful audiences that actually take the time to respond to the person in the video, not with a whole bunch of like pejoratives or swear words or something, but just like actual responses and thoughtful comments, which I appreciate.
BG wants to know, Lady Monkey, if I've ever asked you to sit on my face.
Well, really, of course he has. He's a perv.
Sit on my face and tell me you love me. I'll sit on your face and tell you I love you too. Oh, sorry.
I know there were questions back up here. Ways, let me find it. What are your thoughts on Jeff Holiday and his handling of shenanigans? I noticed there was turmoil in the Worski stream. I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither. But now I'm gonna have to look.
Sorry, go ahead.
Make Your Strong asked if I had a pager or if you had a pager back in the day and did bitches blow it up. No, I never had a pager.
No, I've never had a pager. Terry D. Montes says, Scribe, wait, I'm in your audience and all my comments are shitty puns. Yeah, I hate puns. Look, this is my serious face. I hate puns, Terry. Total, totes.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats. Jacob Jet says, for some reason I have 8 subscribers and I haven't made a single video. Well, you're kind of like Red Pill Black, aren't you? Let's see. First Cynic says, or you could buy subs and get nearly no views per video, like a certain former Fusion channel. Yeah, it is interesting. I never really made a comment about that because I'm not as knowledgeable about people who will subscribe but then not watch stuff all at once. But yeah, Fusion having like, what, 300,000 subscribers or something, and they get, and I would get more views on my videos within a day of their videos having been around for like 3 or 4 days, so.
Artheon says, basically the entire stream was Coach blaming the entire community for V being an uninformed ass to him. V is an uninformed ass. His appeal is that he's funny. He's unapologetically rude. I still haven't figured out the appeal of Coach. I'm not being mean there. His speaking style drives me nuts.
Oh, V Monroe? Are we talking about Romanian V Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now I used to watch V quite a bit when he first started out. His voice, I mean, his voice takes getting used to, that's for sure. But his content.
The one that real quick, the one that I said I didn't understand was Coach Red Pill.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you couldn't understand. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, V, I used to watch him quite often in the beginning. He and Sargon would do stuff back and forth. I found him pretty entertaining. Some of his stuff just went on too long. Like, he did these really long sort of like rambling videos and just kind of got kind of boring. I wanted something more concise. But yeah, I haven't listened to him in a long time. Dan Kerb says, I just subscribed to your channel, Scribe. Well, thank you. I hope you like my stuff. There's plenty of it there. I have quite the library now. Jacob Jet says, Scribe line, wow, thanks for comparing me to her, sack of shit. Yeah, well, it was a joke. It was a joke. Jacob, it's a joke.
Veror asked me if I wanted to try pronouncing his name again. There you go. I tried.
Who is it?
Veror. Vereor.
Vereor.
Vayor?
Vayor. Verior?
Verior is the best I can do.
Viror of Ashmedal or Ashmedai. Ashmedai? Oh, that is an I, not an L. Okay.
See what you did? You screwed us all up.
That's my job.
G wants to know what we think of Liz Reptile.
I don't even know who this person is, but they seem to, like, people mentioning that person lately seems to be tying up a lot of my Twitter feed.
Yeah, there's some drama going on there. She likes her drama. That's what I'll say.
BG says, Scribe Light, half of its streams now. If you're talking about my channel, I unlist and just hide into a playlist all the streams after the latest one comes out, because I understand I want to clog up the video list with all the streams that we do every night, or for me, every third night. So yeah, there are definitely a lot of streams now archived on my channel, but I have a lot of actual regular old videos on there, and I'm trying to do at least 2 a week now, because with streaming every night and work and ads and other things, my free time to focus on making videos has winnowed a bit from the olden days of last year. So I try to keep them out of the way, so people don't think that it's a streaming channel specifically, but
Lady Monkey, what's your favorite movie? Asked BG.
Moulin Rouge.
All you need is love.
Weebo Jones asks, what's the beef with Tree of Logic? Also, who is Reptile?
Tree of Logic, wasn't she the one that called out Red Pill Black most vociferously, I think?
She is. She also argued with a lot of black YouTubers over race realism when Rage After Storm had her shit meltdown, because she tends to be a race realist. As for who's Liz Reptile, look her up.
No, I don't think we should. She's just filled with drama.
Yeah, don't look her up on Twitter because you might find a picture you don't want to see.
Yeah, don't. Meat flaps. I haven't seen the picture. I just know of it. So
I unfortunately, well, it's one of those things where I scrolled down and just saw it because I wasn't looking for it, but somebody had retweeted it or something. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Liz also has this faggy little dude who follows her around named Zeph, who likes to be an internet badass. So be careful if you say anything bad about Liz, because Zeph will come get you. It's just funny to watch him. It's so funny. I love internet badasses because they make me laugh. Like it's just. But yeah, right now, Zeph is threatening to dox. The right-wing BDSM guy says Liz is a psycho and she has a psycho boyfriend named Zeph that likes to dox people. Yeah. He will dox you. No, he's never mind. I'm biting my tongue here. I don't want to get into their shit because yeah, it is a shit show. If you like shit shows, I recommend go watching Liz's channel.
Yeah.
Since you did 2 live streams recently with other YouTubers, are you going to have Anime Renee on as a guest? I would love to talk to Anime. I like her channel. I will say she's probably not for everybody because she does have that really high-pitched voice, but I don't mind it. The problem is we have such a limited time for guests.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Questions, guys, comments, concerns, etc. We got about 13 minutes left to go. No.
Oh, that's something I want to talk about because right-wing BDSM guy says Zeph has also been sending people viruses that fuck up people's computers. Ask AP the Frog.
Oh, that's uncool.
I just want to remind people of this. Most hacking that goes on these days goes through email. Don't open email you don't know. Don't open things without confirming that you were supposed to get it. And never, ever, and I mean ever, give out your password. Ever. If you get an email telling you to change your password, don't click any links in that email. Go to the site itself through a way that you've done it before. Email will get you into trouble. Be careful using it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so what I've heard, emails are good. Click on all the links. Give out passwords.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you want your computer to be completely crap, sure.
Okay.
Scribe Lights, thoughts on Anthony Anderson's character from The Shield, says Mr. Baker. I'm going to have to remind myself of who Anthony Anderson is. I'll know by the face, but I know the character's names more than anything else. You know, given the fact that he was, I only knew him as a comedian before I ever saw him on The Shield, obviously. And when he came on, I didn't know how to take him at first, but he was so sinister. He was such a great villain. And they really played him up, and I'm impressed as hell. It's one of those things where you see someone and you just understand how much range they have, sort of like Robin Williams doing 1 Hour Photo. So yeah, Anthony Anderson did a great job, and he was one of the few villains that. Well, I won't spoil it. Anybody who wants to watch the show, they'll find out.
Somebody ask a question.
Lady Monkey, do you think the police should bring back McGruff the crime dog?
Reboot McGruff.
Did he retire? Is he gone? If he is, they should, because he's pretty cool.
Do they still use? Yeah, let's see McGruff. I wonder if they still use him.
Let me tell you, if it's some sort of dude in a creepy costume cruising around, I'm all for it. I love little characters like that, like McGruff, the Philly chicken.
Oh, they still use him. The National Crime Prevention Council still uses McGruff as their logo. And actually he's turning 35 years old this year.
That's an old dog.
Oh wait, no, this is posting from 2015. Okay, he was 35. He's 37 years old this year.
Oh.
I saw some questions before. I missed them all. Okay, Ryan Rawlings says, Monkey, again, I must ask, in an infinite universe and accounting for entropic heat loss, there is a universal question. Is soup akin to cereal? We've already answered this a million times.
So I would say...
Go ahead.
I said, so I would say yes.
Oh.
Let's see.
Dan asks, who gives out their passwords? One of the easiest ways that people get tricked with this is not them actually giving out their passwords. It's the one that I described at the end there. You'll get an email telling you to click this link because your account has been compromised and you need to change your password. You click the link and it looks exactly like the site you want to go to. And then you type in your password and then they have you put in a new password. And instead, all they're actually doing is getting your password.
Yeah.
Those tricky kids.
Yeah.
It's a very, very old trick.
Yeah. If I ever get a notice that looks legit about, my bank or something, I open up a different window and go to my bank website.
Yep.
I don't click on the link. I don't use the link thing. The only time I ever click a link that comes to me about a password change is when I'm requesting a password change from a site and they say, we're sending you a confirmation link.
Yep.
That's the only time I ever click on a link regarding passwords or anything else. So,
yeah, if you guys send me a link in my email, I will not click it. And chances are, if you send me one in a DM, I won't do it either. If it's to a video and I recognize it as such, maybe. Otherwise, I look stuff up. I'm anal about my security.
If you send me an email, I won't read it. I check my email like once a year.
Yeah. Let's see.
Guys, we have 8 minutes left. This is your last call for questions, concerns, comments. Just weird shit you want me to say on the air.
Yeah, your next ringtone. Ranting Monkey. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, Jacob Jed asked, did you see what happened to Blair? She posted on Twitter.
Yes, I just saw those things. She went to either was an anti-Trump rally or something like that. She showed a picture of a broken nail that was bloody because some lady attacked her. And she also showed a picture, apparently, of the aftermath of someone throwing something into her eyes.
Ooh.
She apparently is okay, and she's going to do a video about it later. I hope she is okay, and I'm curious to find out about what went down because it looks pretty bad. Her finger was bleeding and everything. It's like, ugh, God.
Yeah, I don't generally. Oh, I just pulled it up. Yeah, that's nasty looking. Oh.
Yeah. Let's see. Mash says, Scribe Light, does that mean that McGruff is a lawyer dog? No, he's a cop dog. He's a cop dog.
He's the first half of the show.
Yes. Cop dog. Yeah, Law and Order, like Special Kittens Unit.
I would so show name Special Kitten Unit.
I'd be surprised if I came up with that the other day as a joke in one of the ads, but I would be amazed if that hasn't already been done somewhere as a parody because that's just too obvious. Let's see. What else? Any other questions, guys? We're coming down to the wire here. Law and Order Canine Crimes. Pet unit or something. What?
Jordan, I love you. I love what you normally do, but that picture of Weebs as a baby is is
Oh.
disturbing.
It's fun. Yeah, it's the gut that does it.
I'm retweeting that for anybody who wants to see. There you go.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Should I stream after this stream, guys? Ask Satsu. I say stream whenever you can. You know, that is one thing I miss about the old days. I like that we have our format and everything, but it used to just be, I'm bored. Let's see what Scribe's doing.
Yeah.
And
that was usually, I'd be sitting here and he'd tweet me and be like, hey, want to stream? I'd be like, okay.
Sanguine, thank you. We are no longer the knights who say nigh. We are now the knights who say iki zu pang loop.
And it's the knights who say ni. Have you never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
It's been a long time since I've seen the whole thing.
The knights who say ni are, yeah.
Ni, okay.
Ni.
Jordan says, I know the legs are too long.
No.
Okay.
Let's see. 4 minutes, guys. Anything else, or do we have anything else to? Chat Mort says, "Why does X videos come up when you try to Google Liz Reptile?" Oh God, no comment.
If you click on it, you'll find out, and you'll never be the same.
Yeah. Oh, the knights who say "re." Oh, that. Oh,
knights who say
"re." Re. Oh, really? Oh.
Okay, guys, for those of you who missed it, we are not going to be doing a movie stream because Monkey has had a week where I didn't plan as well as I should have. William Savage, thank you. My bank is being a dildo. Do you guys like money? I love money.
My dank is being a dildo.
Well, we have the next 3 minutes to plan your guys' movie day. What should we watch? What's on Netflix? What are we watching?
What?
Oh, he said he's going to sleep all day tomorrow, and I'm fine having a day of just. I've had such a busy couple of days. I'm fine taking one day off of just not having anything on schedule to do because it's been a busy week both work wise and stream wise.
Oh, hey Quill.
It's Quill.
Yes, we missed you.
I missed you only because my aim was off, but whichever.
Do Donnie Darko. We've talked about that kind of movie before. And
wait a minute. I can't see chat, but I almost guarantee. Did Zach Was Taken say that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie Darko. I don't. First off, I don't.
My chat peeps.
Yeah, I don't own Donnie Darko. I'd have to get a copy, and that is a tough movie. There are like college thesis papers written about analyzing that movie. That'd be a rough one.
Review Hacksaw Ridge.
That's a relatively new one. I haven't seen that yet either.
I'd rather do Heartbreak Ridge.
Yes.
I love Clint. We should do Heartbreak Ridge.
You should do Zootopia.
Do you have that?
I got a Clint Eastwood collection deal. I don't know if Heartbreak Ridge is. I'll check. If it is, we can do that sometime.
If you have that, that'll be our next movie stream next week.
Okay.
Because somebody wanted us to do a military movie.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, excuse me.
And I'm with you on the Donnie Darko thing. We had enough problems with Unforgiven just because of how layered that movie is.
I like talking about it. But
yeah.
Donnie Darko's got so much going on, and there's so much subtext, and there's so much. Yeah, I liked the movie. Okay, it was a bit convoluted, and some of the acting wasn't that great, but I appreciate its cult status for what it was. Don't watch the sequel. Don't waste your time at all. If you're going to watch it at all, watch the first one. Just stop there.
Terry says, do a stream on Super Mario Brothers movie. Okay, this is movies you should have watched. Not movies that never should have been made.
Goodfellas. I own Goodfellas. Yeah, we can do Goodfellas.
Do that one day too.
We should do that. Yeah, we can do If I've got it, I will do Heartbreak Ridge next time, and then on my channel we can do Goodfellas the next time around.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, definitely.
And what? Oh,
what?
Yes.
You should do Zootopia.
We're not doing Zootopia.
No.
Well, that's it. You guys just each lost a subscriber.
Hey, guess what? You and Grand Monkey should do Zootopia on your channel.
Oh, Grand Monkey and me doing reviews for movies.
Yes.
Do.
You guys will get all the subscribers and all the views if little Grand Monkey is answering questions about the movies you just watched.
Our first one would have to be Frozen, so that way you could
Yes.
hear her do her imitation of the ice monster.
There you go. And as soon as you put headphones on her and in front of a microphone, she'll know it's time to work.
It's
Yeah.
time to work. That's right. All right, guys. Speaking of time to work, our time to work is over.
Oh.
No, I'm not going. I'm not going. Don't hang up.
Chat, thank you so
No, don't
much
do
for
it. Don't do
coming.
it. No.
Are you okay?
No, don't do it. Is this working?
Thank you for the
No,
donations.
stop. Don't do it.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Wait.
Guys.
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 Dang it, why didn't I do that? Okay, Monkey, try it again. Now let me go.
Thank you so much for
Guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in every night. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love you guys. You're awesome. Scribe, a pleasure as always. Lady Monkey, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. You're no offense, everybody, but you're my favorite guest.
Oh.
Thanks, Monkey. I love you.
Everybody, your life makes me sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Say bye, Lady Monkey.
Oh, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Say goodnight, Gracie.